Like, call the order.
Doug Westmoreland,
Here.
Richard Mullins,
Here.
William Lyons,
Yeah.
Matt Pointer, Denise Shinholster, here. Paul Chapman,
Here.
Peggy Smith, Kelly Westbury, Jim Marable, Robert Ray,
Yeah.
Tommy Stallmaker, John Harley,
Here.
George Slappy, Randy Toms, Clifford Holmes, Preston Hawkins, Stephen Tingen, Jimmy Roberts,
Yeah.
Francis Adams,
Yeah.
Frank Duke, Robert Baker,
Here.
Kurt Bivens, Chuck O'Neill,
Here.
Bonnie Miley, Matt Rogers, Michael Bilderback, Eric Wilson,
Here.
Richard Bazemore,
Here.
Melvin Lawrence,
Yeah.
Ed Norris, Melvin Walker,
Here.
Barbara Williams,
Here.
Alfreda Walker,
Here.
James Richardson,
Here.
James Curry,
Here.
Butch Hall,
Here.
Henry Cravey, Lee Slade,
Here.
Tim Young,
Here.
James Colson,
Here.
Billy Webster, Billy Webster, Walter Walker, Terry Schindler, here. Ken Fowler, Charles Williams, Shannon Hart, here. Catherine Hess, here. Jim Smith, Mark Dupree,
Here.
Charles Black,
Yeah.
Marty Doherty,
Here.
C.L. Brooks,
Yeah.
Jonathan Jackson,
Here.
Bill Bentley, Carl Sims,
Here.
Christian Nichols.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious, loving Heavenly Father, we come to you with our hearts, our souls, committed to you. Bless this body as it determines the work of this Middle Georgia Commission. Bless the hands that prepared the food, and bless it to our nourishment, bless to your service. Lead, guide, and direct us in all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I'd like to introduce our field representative, Tommy Murray, Oliver Ed, Carolyn Dallas, Sam, Ross, Ed Smith. Any other deputy? Yes, sir. My grandson. Sophomore. Any others? This time, I'd like to call Chip and Andrew.
Thank you, Chairman. Good evening, my name is Tiffany Andrews, and my full-time day job is with the Forsyth and Monroe County Chamber and Development Authority in Monroe County. But I'm before you this evening as a member of the Middle Georgia Economic Alliance. It's an 11-county, just like y'all's region, economic development entity, so each of your economic development professionals in your community are part of this organization. And what we did about 5 years ago, we officially came together. Many years prior to that, we unofficially met. We were really just friends getting together, talking about the woes of the industry, and realized that there was actually a value to us getting together. And where we've headed in the past 5 years is pulling together our resources, whether it was financially or just the knowledge base that we have. And we came together. We've been to the state. We market as a group, as the Middle Georgia Economic Alliance. It's not us losing our individual identities. your economic development professional is still marketing your community on benefits, trying to get projects in your area. However, we all have the same labor pool, we all have the same resources that we're utilizing. So we said, wait a minute, we should be marketing those assets to the state as a whole instead of just individually. So we started doing that, and it's reaped great rewards, so successfully that we all thought, wait a minute, we should do a video together. I will tell you, if you ever want to test friendships, any sort of relationship at all, try and do a video together. Because what we had to do was take 11 counties, all of the assets in those 11 counties that each of us individually think are the most awesome things that spread bread, and slice bread, spread butter, and condense that down to 2 to 3 minutes. Because who's going to spend more than 2 to 3 minutes at their computer watching a video? We're all too busy. So we each had to take this wonderful 30 minutes worth of information and condense it down. Well, when we each go back and report to our county commissioners and our city council and our development authority boards, we all have to justify why we spent money on 2 to 3 minutes, and there's very little in there. But I have to tell you, you should be very proud of your economic development professional, because we all came together and realized it's not about that. It's not about our individuality. It's about what's going to bring a project to Middle Georgia. So we were able to fine tune that 30 minutes down into what we're pretty proud of. We showcased it at the Georgia Economic Developers Association. We got great feedback from it. It's online. I think it's a great resource that just shows you how wonderful Middle Georgia is, and we hope you like it too. And in summary, we would like to thank our elected officials and our development authority boards for supporting your economic development efforts that you have in your community, because things like this would not be possible. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Christine. This time, I'm sure somebody's read, hopefully everybody's read the minutes, approved the minutes of the April 14th meeting. Have a motion. Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Having no old business, I'd like to call on Greg Morty for our adoption.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So once again, I'm up here to talk to you about the regional plan. And the good news is this is going to be the last time I'm up here, well, maybe, to talk about the regional plan for a little while. So as you all know, we've been in the process of updating it, as we're required to do every 5 years under the state law. Back at our February council meeting, y'all went ahead and sent the first, final draft of it up to DCA for them to look over it, make sure that, met all their standards, that they liked it. And typically they come back and tell us a bunch of things that need to be fixed, and we got lucky because they didn't. They said, this looks great. You've got a good plan moving forward as a region, and y'all are ready to adopt this, and make it official as the plan for a thriving middle Georgia as we look 20 years into the future. So you've got a resolution, in your packets, as well as, a memo that briefly explains, most of what I went over and told you right now, about what the, update is about for the, regional plan. If y'all have any questions, we're more than happy to take them at this time, and if not, you'll definitely be hearing more about the regional plan over the next few years, but, you don't have to listen to me and get up here every time and talk about it. It'll be smaller bits. So, with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions? The motion to approve the regional plan. Have a motion, second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Call Donnell Wood, local system.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The following local assistance requests have been received since the April meeting. Staff time is available to assist with each of these. Baldwin County requests assistance in the preparation of the grant application for FEMA fire prevention, as well as assistance in researching and obtaining grants to support opioid middle schools, UMPR, and assistance in the preparation of a grant for the Family Drug Court Implementation and Enhancement Program. Baldwin County and Jones County request assistance with applying for the Healthiest Cities and Counties Challenge. The cities of Byron and Eatonton request assistance in creating a digital map-based management system for the city cemetery. The city of Forsyth requests assistance in the preparation of a grant for the Forsyth Farmers Market, as well as assistance in the preparation of a wayfinding plan that focuses on tourism and attractions. The city of Fort Valley requests assistance in completing a historic register application. The city of Hawkinsville requests assistance in the preparation of a Tiger Grant application for street improvement. Jones County requests assistance in the preparation of an animal control hazard mitigation plan. The city of Milledgeville requests assistance with developing an interactive mapping system to be used for quick access to locate city property parcels, city areas, city utilities, public safety information, aerial photos. The city of Perry requests assistance in maintaining the city's website to include the New Year's Eve event, as well as assistance with researching and providing a list of qualified consultants for a public arts master plan, and assistance with setting up an RFP process for youth offices. Putnam County requests assistance in facilitating a strategic plan for economic development purposes. Finally, Twiggs County requests assistance with identifying funding sources for water and sewer improvements. I would also like to take a brief moment to highlight recent accomplishments and projects that have been completed. Workforce Development's Educate, Empower, and Employ program, also known as E3, graduated 10 out of 11 students in the month of April. This program is focused on returning citizens and women following a non-traditional career path. Upon graduation, 3 students found employment, 3 are awaiting a hiring decision from Bluebird after Charles' second interviews. Middle Georgia's Area Agency on Aging has been selected to be one of 4 triple A's in the state to assist the Division of Aging Services in the completion of the grant. Triple A will teach other states how to write sustainability plans. The RC will be compensated for staff time and travel expenses for this effort. 2015, the Middle Georgia Regional Commission and the J.W. Bennington Institute for Leadership at the University of Georgia partnered to start the Middle Georgia Regional Leadership Champions Program, the first program of its kind in the state. 38 program participants were commissioned as regional leaders in August 2018. These leaders are now directing their efforts towards improving the region's economic prosperity, educational attainment, and quality of life. Additionally, the regional leadership champions were highly involved as stakeholders in the development of the 2016 Middle Georgia Regional Plan. If there are any questions, I'm available to answer them at this time. Seeing that there are no questions, Mr. Chairman, I'll turn it back over to you.
Hearing no questions, I have a motion to approve,
I make a motion to approve these requests.
motion to approve here, second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Just have like y'all back.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You all have received a copy of the quarterly, third quarter report, kind of showing where we are through the third quarter of FY 2016. Kind of in the interest of time, I won't go through all the details of it. Just kind of suffice it to say that we are on track to finish out the year along with our catch up with our budget and projections. Everything's moving along. Just a little over a month and a half left in the actual fiscal year now, but we are on target to maximize all our contracts and agreements. But if anybody has any particular questions about anything, I'll be glad to try to answer them. If not, again, this is just for informational purposes only, so no questions, I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Chair.
Hearing no questions, we have a motion to approve the financial report. Have a motion, have a second. All in favor, aye? Any opposed? This time, I call Cam Gary for our NATO excellence presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This is for informational purposes only. Just wanted to give you a heads up on some recent goings on with our NATO Innovation Awards. We recently had the opportunity to apply for NATO awards in regional transportation. As you can see on the table over here, if you walk in the door, we have received many innovation awards over the past. Our region has, but this is the first time we've applied for any innovation awards in transportation excellence. We submitted 2 applications for consideration, and both were accepted for awards. The projects were the Middle Georgia Regional Mobility Manager Program, which since 2012 we've worked with counties and transit partners across the region to optimize transit service delivery around the region, with the goal being increased coordination among the region's rural public transit and human services transportation programs. Efforts in this program have included regular meetings with the Rural and Human Services Transportation Advisory Committee, which is and technical support to transit systems, and education and outreach efforts to populations with a high transit dependency. The second project we submitted for award was the Freight Logistics Study, which, as a result of your community leadership, we were able to undertake a freight logistics study over the past year, which is a result of intense cooperation between many partners, including our economic development partners throughout the region, especially in Macon-Bibb County and Houseman County. Part of numerous meetings since 2010, the study identifies advantages and disadvantages of the regional transportation system, which impact manufacturing, warehousing, and distribution center growth. 21st Century Partnership is also a great partner in securing funding from the Department of Defense and Economic Adjustment to help make this project happen. We will be receiving the award for both of these projects in June at the NATO Rural Transportation Conference in Chattanooga, and Daniel Dobbins from our office will be attending that conference to accept these awards on your behalf. Are there any questions about the projects? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cam, great information. At this time, I'd like to call on Griffin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The executive committee took amendments to the bylaws in the last year or so. Now has the job or the duty of being the loan review committee
Economic Development Authority revolving loan fund program. Instead of presenting that to the entire council, we met tonight on a couple of items for information only, and one that will need your ratification. We had a discussion about the loan number 56. The loan number 56 is Jonas, Jomas, LLC. It's for Polly's Corner Cafe. The loan is in default. The loan is, the current balance is $251,071.58. The two owners of the property are, through bankruptcy, but there are three guarantors. We voted tonight to pursue collection efforts against three guarantors to see if we can find any money, although indications are it's not going to be good. So with further information to come, but this may require being written off at a subsequent meeting. We'll see if we can find a collection agency that will take this on a contingency fee basis and report back to you later. The second item that we discussed was loan number 77. Loan number 77 was the Oak Mulligan Traders here in Duke County, downtown grocery store. It has a outstanding balance now of $92,732.36, and has been delinquent since June 1st, 2014. The owner, Steve Law Bell, have closed the store, walked away from it. The only thing on the security we had was a UCC statement on the equipment and inventory, but there was a problem with the UCC statement, and it doesn't look like equipment and inventory is going to be available to us to satisfy any portion of the debt. After discussing this at great length, the promissory note guarantees and other research led us to think that the best thing for us to do at this point was to write off the outstanding balance so that it would continue to accrue interest. Basically, take our losses. That was the vote of the executive committee. We write off the balance, remaining balance, $92,732.36, uncollectible. Take no further action on it. That will require ratification by you, because we can write that off as the attorney tells us disposal. Write it off. So, Mr. Chairman, we will need to have a motion to ratify the recommendation of the executive committee to write off the outstanding balance of loan 77. And I'll turn it over to you. Let's see if you can get us a motion in a second. I'll be glad to answer any additional questions.
Thank you, sir. You've heard the report on it. It says the executive committee fully empowered in the bylaws to take action on the involving loan funds. Advise ratification by the council. Motion to ratify. Have a second. Second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Final action by the executive committee really is just for information. Also, we agreed to retain the council to help us close loans, revolving loan funds. And Martin Snow was recommended as being available and appropriate to close the EDA revolving loan funds transactions. And also, we understand they may be interested in trying to be approved and get on the approved list, close SBA 504 loans as well. But with the action that we took was to go ahead and confirm their intention to help us close the future. And their expenses would be paid by the loan borrower, or the borrower, and the roll in the closing cost. But we think that will do a better job protecting us going forward, especially with perfection of paperwork, documentation, stay on top of loans, and if necessary, collection actions. So that's for your information. That ends the report of the executive committee.
I'd also like to report on.
That's why I didn't go sit down. I think you
First
as
Chairman of the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee, I would like to call on Ralph Nix at this point for a point of personal privilege.
Thank you, Mayor, council, staff. The Regional Commission is in excellent financial condition in spite of what you heard about these loans and those loans. Established a loan loss reserve funds to cover this, so and there's enough money in those to make sure that everything stays sound and continues to operate. That's not really why I came up here, but I wanted to share that with you in case you felt like a rabbit, you wouldn't run away from this issue. But a couple of, about a month and a half ago, I guess, I asked the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee to entertain my request for retirement. And they did. So, with that said, I also want to tell you that the Regional Commission is sound. You have a staff, minus the executive director, of course, that stands with the elite. They are the best of the best. And with that, unless you have some questions, I intend to continue to be in Middle Georgia and to enjoy the pleasure of your friendship. And I want to thank you as council members and city and county officials and friends for all the support you provided to me personally and to this organization. So, thank you very much. I want to mention that my request is to be effective June 30th. I hope to see you all in the communities and wish everyone of you well. But I'll see you again at the June meeting. I'm going to pass out substantial checks to everybody done.
Mr. Chairman, the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee, with mixed emotions, would like to entertain or accept a motion to accept. As I say, with mixed emotions, the retirement of Ralph Nix will be effective on June 30th, 2016. And further, the motion to direct the staff to plan an appropriate retirement celebration for Mr. Nix in collaboration with council leadership. And thirdly, to authorize the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee to undertake the appropriate process necessary in accordance with applicable standards and laws to nominate a qualified candidate for the position of Executive Director for consideration by the council at the June 9th meeting to be effective July 1st, 2016, if possible. This authorization is limited in time and expires at such time that the position of Executive Director. So that's a three-part motion. You could either do them all at once, that is to accept the retirement, the mixed motions on June 30th, number 2, and plan celebration, number 3, to direct all the personnel. Find your replacement and report back to you.
Let's do them all three at one time. We have a motion, do we hear a second? Second. All in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. I have a couple of announcements to make. Thank you, Mayor. We still have surplus plus property you need to contact Ken. This is on first. First come, first served back. There's a flyer in your package about OEA access map presentation from Senior Day Expo from May 19, 2016. Budget Audit Personnel Committee will meet on May the 20th
2016. Next council meeting will be June the 9th. Any other announcements? Go ahead, sir.
I'm Jerry Semper, Drew's office. I just want to say on the 24th of May, my office, Drew's office from Senator Isaacson, and Carolyn's office with Congressman Heist will be hosting a joint mobile office hours in Millersville from 9 till 1. So if you have any people you know with Medicare issues, Medicaid issues, VA issues, anything like that, please send them our way, and we can get them to break into the right channels to get their problem resolved.
Thanks, Jerry. Any other questions? Please, none of y'all are going to promote the Phil Travel.
Oh, absolutely. I'm awake now.
Okay.
This Saturday, starting at about 8:30, Omoji Water Trails, which is comprised of from Jones County all the way down to the coast. Things like 68 communities have the first river paddle, and it starts in Cochran's Landing, and ends up in Pulaski County's Landing. And I think it's about a 5 to 6 hour trip. And Laura's gonna be there to help us, and her husband is gonna paddle. So it's still not too late if you wanna register for this event. It's $40, you get a meal and a t-shirt. And, you get to ride a canoe or a kayak or whatever you wanna ride. It's a big event.
Any other questions, comments? Yes, sir.
Next weekend, the 19th, 20th, George Good Fest. I didn't tell this tonight, I didn't go when we got home. So look online, there's too much to talk about. It's a big event, we got a lot of pottery, a lot of people on. We'll be there doing pottery that morning. So come join us. Big event.
Thank you, John. Anything else? Hearing nothing, stand adjourned. Thank you.